If there's one issue that I have when it comes to the AI services, and I think I've mentioned this before, but it's an issue that I think I'm not the only one that, kind of deals with it. And again, it all depends on, like, what your subscription is and all that, what you basically want to spend monthly on. And for me, when I look at certain subscriptions, as I've mentioned, again, it's all based on, how much financially you could spend. But even with that, the one issue that I have is the credits. Now, the credits, I think, is a great option, depending on who offers them and all that. For example, Luma, as I've mentioned, they don't offer any credits, if you will. It's basically, you do the monthly deal, and if you want more credits or more AI generates, if you will, then you're going to have to upgrade your subscription. Okay, fine. That's one way to make you kind of think about preserving your credits or your AI generates when it comes to them. If you don't want to waste them, then don't, always, I guess don't always constantly use them, and think about why you want to use them. I guess you could see, be pro-productive, if you will. But when it comes to the other sides, like, let's say Hailuo here, or Kling, see if you can see that, Kling, or Runaway, they do offer credits. The only issue is, and this is why Kling has a bit of an advantage, but Hailuo, definitely, as you can tell, has a bit of a close second once they get all the, kinks, situated out, because they're still in beta mode, as you can tell. They're still in beta mode. Basically, the one advantage that Kling has that puts them a little over everybody else is when you use credits, you have the option of using 10 credits or 20 credits for 5 seconds or 10 seconds on standard mode. And then if you feel like, hey, I have enough credits, I'll splurge a little bit, then you have the option of the professional mode, which is 35 or 70. And that's understandable. That's understandable, and it doesn't matter what subscription you go with, whether it's the Pro, Standard, or even the Premier, or whatever it is. So them saying, hey, just use Standard mode, all you have to do is use 10 or 20, depending on the length of the video you want, or 35 to 70 if you're using Professional, again, depending on the length of the video. But when it comes to Hailuo, the one I'm looking at right now that I'm showing you, when it comes to this one, or it comes to Runaway, or even Pika Art, they have a bit of an issue. You see, their issue is, like with Hailuo, they tell you to use 30 credits and everything of what you have. So if I have 520 right there and I use 30, that's going to put me to 590. That's like, well, what, that doesn't seem fair. It's like, how much are you spending? Well, they offer basically the increments of, I'll show you right now. They offer the increments like that. That's what they offer. That's what they offer and everything. Sorry about that, but like I said, basically, this is what, they charge you. This is their charging right here. And everything. This is what they charge you, essentially. And you might say, oh, well, that sounds good and everything. That seems nice. But again, that's what they charge you and everything. But it all costs 30 credits each for when you do a project. It costs 30 credits to do something like that. And it goes really fast. Runaway kind of does something similar to where it's like, I had 1,000. I just purchased 1,000. And now it's down to 980, but it'll go even higher depending on what you use. So like, you have, like I'm on Gen 2 right now. I'm on Gen 2, but if you go to Gen 3 or not Gen 3 Alpha or Gen 3 Alpha Turbo, it'll cost you a little bit more. All depending on the length. If you go 5 seconds, it'll cost you 50 credits. If you go 10 seconds, depending on whether you're using Gen 3 Alpha or Gen 3 Alpha Turbo, it'll cost you 100 credits to 50 to 100 credits, depending on what you get, or depending on what you use, I should say. And that goes by real fast too. And you're thinking, well, that's a waste. You know, that's a lot more than what, you know, Kling offers you and everything. And that's true. That is true. So that's why Kling still has a bit of a slight advantage. They don't, you know, they don't basically cause you to waste your credits that you purchase to add on to give yourself more opportunities to be creative. They don't, you know, they don't make you waste it. But these other ones do. These other ones do. Despite how good they might be, they do. And I think that's an issue that they're going to have to work out eventually. They're going to have to work that out eventually, so that basically when, you know, they get, you know, on their feet fully, you know, they'll have all those kinks worked out, and it'll be like, oh, and they'll be like, okay, we need to go this route if we don't want to lose any potential subscribers or current subscribers and consumers to the competition. So that's just my opinion. But if there is one thing that irks me, it is the credits. But again, you know, it's all depending on, you know, what service you use. And right now, the credit issue is why Kling has a bit of an advantage, because, you know, they give you the opportunity to spend less, even depending on the mode you use. While the others have you spend more, you know, despite the mode you use. You know, so that's really all I could say on it. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Comment if you like. Love to hear from each and every one of you on this. And until next time, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. But let me know what your experience with it as well could, you know, has been.